All right, guys, we're starting the year off big. 1,200 horsepower. Every dollar you spend at lsnasty.com will get you entered to win. .1,200 horsepower turbo Trans Am, 91mm turbo, 388 cubic inch LS on Holley EFI, built 400, built rear end, Viking suspension. This thing is a true muffin cap peeler.
Y'all, it's Friday. You guys just saw the merch plug. You definitely need to be going over to lsnasty.com to get entered to win. Today's just one of those days where I just don't want to do a video. I have so much stuff I have to do, but I just don't want to do a damn video. And it's just, I'm struggling right now. You know, I was just going to work. I actually have to do some like work on my laptop. And I was just like, you know what, I'm not going to do a video today. And I'm like, you know what, there's probably people out there, it's Friday, maybe they're going to eat lunch at noon, and they're working there. It's like they want to watch a video. So I'm just like, man, I'm just going to do a video. I really didn't want to, just because I'm just lazy. And maybe I shouldn't be just lazy, but I am just lazy. It's gloomy. It's pouring rain. It's kind of cold. The shop needs to be cleaned up. I'm waiting on parts. Yes, that's what's going on right now. Am I a little cranky? Yes, I'm a little cranky. Am I allowed to be cranky? I feel like I'm allowed to be cranky. Everyone's allowed to be cranky. Whatever. So, we got some new looks going on here with the Pro Mod. Haven't talked about the Pro Mod any. Okay. And this just might have been the worst decision that we've ever made, is to buy this Pro Mod. But, hey, here we are with it, owning it, and I don't know what to do with it. So I'm asking you guys right now, I'm going to give you guys four options on what we could do with the Pro Mod. For those of you guys that have never seen this car, 57 Chevy Pro Mod, screw-blown Hemi, mechanical injection. The chassis on it is super nice. It's a Bob Bunker built chassis. It's got a very big driver containment cage. It's got a CS1 Linko in it right now with a Bruno drive. The car was like a California Pro Mod in the mid to early 2000s, ran pretty good. It's a cast block billet headed Hemi, but it's a solid block. It's complete turnkey right now as we speak. It's on big tires. It's got a Mark Williams 11-inch rear end. It's a very nice car. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's a nice car. The graphics on it, this is paint. We pulled the wrap off of it. Looks a whole lot better. I dig it. You can see why they wrapped it, because it had some, I don't know what if they did this to probably prepare for the wrap. The wrap that was on it looked awful. I mean, it's a race car, so it's a little beat up. They could use a paint job on it. I posted up for sale. We have like 70,000 into it right now. I posted up for sale for 65,000, and it's just kind of one of those deals where like it's not really what we do. We don't do big tire. We have a bunch of projects, bunch of race cars. We don't want to like convert this thing over to small tires and spend all this time and money to put on small tires when we already have like this badass small tire car, which would maybe not go as fast as this, but you could run it in a lot more classes. That small tire car, which would go faster than this Pro Mod, and really be able to fit in all the same classes as it. The only thing that's really cool on it for what we're doing is the blower, because it's just an absolutely massive screw blower. So I posted up for sale, and I don't know if it's just in a weird space or whatnot, but no one really wants it. They hit me up and they're just like, hey man, you know, will you take 40,000 for it? And I'm just like, that's just an insane number for a legitimate, like whether it's outdated or not, what cranks up, runs and drives, screw-blown Hemi Pro Mod. The chassis itself rolling probably could sell for an easy 35,000, like off rip, out the gate, no questions asked. I'll listen to this. I'm gonna answer this phone right here. Hello?
Yeah, is this John Doc, the famous YouTuber?
No, it's not. Who's this?
This is Jake, calling with accounts receivable.
Yeah?
How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. I don't know if you'd be in the market, but we've got an overstock on some inventory.
Yeah, what do you got?
A lot of generators. We've got some straps. I don't know if you'd be interested in straps.
What kind?
The loop straps for like unloading pipe.
Oh, I thought you meant like the kind that you wear.
Yeah, well, we do have some of those too. Going to DEVIN.
I don't. Is this like?
Who is this?
This is John.
Hello, I'm here calling for your car's extended warranty.
God. I don't know.
How are you doing today, sir?
I don't know if I could put this in a YouTube video or not. I have no words on that. I mean, I don't know what to really say when I get just spam calls like that. I don't know who's leaking my phone number out. That's just unbelievable. Anyways, this thing's kind of like in a weird space. Some people hit me up and they'll be like, "Hey, I'm interested in the Pro Mod, for $65,000. Sounds like a really good deal. Is it competitive in NHRA Pro Mod?" And I'm just like, no, it's not, because a competitive car in NHRA Pro Mod is worth like, I don't know, $300,000 to $500,000, and this is $65,000. So why on earth would this be NHRA competitive? And then you have other people. So those are like the two kinds of people. Then you have other people that'll hit you up, and they're just like, "Hey man, I know you got that car for like, which we paid, right? We paid for the car $55,000. We put a screw blower on it and changed everything over. When we got it, it like barely cranked, didn't run. We rebuilt a bunch of stuff. So we have over 75 in it, but we're willing to sell it for 65 and kind of take a loss." But they're like, "Hey man, I know you bought it for," they think we bought it for like 50 or 45, and they're like, "I'm willing to give you that." And I'm just confused, because since when does it matter what I buy something for? That doesn't mean that's what it's worth or what you're going to offer me for. It's just, my mind's blown. I don't want it anymore, so we're willing to take a loss on it. I think, here, all right, let's get down to the options. Let's talk about it here. We could part it out, which I think I would do well if I parted it out. The blower is literally 3 passes on it, brand new Whipple R980, 980R, whatever you want to call it. 15,000 off rip all day long. The motor, right? The motor, I have no idea how many passes are on it. It's a billet crank, aluminum rotted, fully skirted piston. It's just like every other Hemi out there, but it's a cast block. I called Keith Black, and I was like, "Hey, how much power is this good for?" He's like, "Man, we've made like 8,000 horsepower with it on nitro." And I was like, "Okay, probably good enough." But everyone's scared of it because it's not a billet block. I don't know how many passes are on it, but I do know I have a spare set of pistons, spare set of rings, spare cylinder head, valves, bearings, everything, head gaskets, a bunch of spare parts. So I could probably sell the blower for 15. Maybe I could sell the Hemi for another 10 or 15, right? And then you got like all the other stuff on it, the fuel pump, the mag, the carbon hat, the barrel valve. You got the transmission. You got we'll leave the rear end on it so it can still be a roller. You got the shifters. We got 2 different style shifters. Like, there's just a bunch of shit to go along with this. All the MSD stuff. I think we could probably get like 30, I'd say 30 to 40 with just the powertrain, and then we can get another 30 to 40, I say 35 to 45 for the chassis. So that's option 1, is to part it out. Now, again, kind of going with like today's vibe with the video, like, "Oh, I'm feeling kind of lazy," I'd have to part everything out, which would kind of be a pain in the ass. But I'm willing to do it if that's what it takes. So there's that. The second thing we do is we freshen it up, right? Freshen the motor up. Try to get it to go out there and run a badass number, right? Which it should, because it's a badass blower and the motor's good. And then sell it for more. You'd have to sell it for like 90 then. Then someone's like, "Hey, how fresh is the motor?" You're like, "Boom, it's got like 10 passes on it." "Hey, how fresh is the transmission?" "Boom, it's got like 10 passes on it." "You have any time slips?" "Yeah, it went like a 380 something." They'd be like, "Oh, okay." That's the second one. The third one is you leave it, I'd call it tired, right? This motor's definitely got some passes on it. And you just run no prep with it on big tire. I don't want to do it like that at all. I really have no desire to run this thing on no prep. So no one suggest that, please, for me. And I'll just be like running it, just put some oil in it, put some fuel in it. I mean, it runs and drives now. Just crank it up and take it out there and go and run like back of the track, no prep. complete overkill. Why not, right? Or 4, just don't sell it and just have it sit here for eternity at this point in time. So those are like that's the breakdown of. If someone has a better idea, I'm all ears, because I want this space right here in my shop to be open. I don't want there to be anything in here. I want less cars. I feel like I've done a really good job. I told you guys that, hey man, this year I want to do a lot of time, I want to spend a lot of time at the racetrack. I want to do a lot of racing. I don't want to be here working on stuff all the time. I want to have less cars. So I've sold a bunch of cars, a bunch of projects, sold some motors. We really got a bunch of stuff out of here. We got a bunch of cars running that just need a little tweaks here and there. So we are making progress. We're sticking to what we said. We're doing it. We're following through, which is great. So I don't want to be in here working on stuff, and I don't want to look at that thing anymore. So special for the rest of this month, I'll sell it for $64,000, extra $1,000 off. If you guys are interested in that Pro Mod, it's a badass car. I just don't want to mess with it. Give me some advice. Someone comment what's the best way to get rid of that thing and get money out of it. And I'm okay with losing some money, but just comment down below what's the best way, because I need to know. So that's going to wrap it up. There's like my quick, minimal effort in today's video, just to provide you guys with some content. We got my man David over here just putting in work, dude. What are you doing, David?
I'm typing a lot of numbers.
Typing a lot of numbers. What do we have to do today?
Everything.
Break it down.
Keep putting a bunch of receipts in the system. Pay some people. Probably some extra bullshit along the way.
Send a big old invoice.
Yeah, send a big old invoice. Get hours. I mean, honestly, too much for me to remember.
Yeah.
We're gonna do everything we can today. Probably pick back up tomorrow.
And we got to overlap working on Saturday. Oof.
Hey, it happens.
It happens. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. It's pretty much David telling me to shut the camera off and get to work. So we're going to shut the camera off and get to work. And thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. I really need your advice on this one. So what's the best way to get rid of that piece of shit? Because I don't want it no more.
Burnout car.
No, we're not doing a burnout car. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. We'll see you guys in tomorrow's upload.